Good morning. It's a beautiful Wednesday, especially after such a great Tuesday night. It is the Sports Rush Short, and I call it a short. I know YouTube has a different name for shorts, but these are, little quick videos that we put out there during the week because there's things that happen, there's things that break. We don't want to wait for the weekend show, which is our extended show. Don't want to wait for that. So let's go ahead and just get caught up. Pacers, Komets, TinCaps, all coming up today. Even some good news for IU basketball yesterday. But the bottom line is it was a great Tuesday night, and I can't keep my mouth shut. Got to wake up here early in the morning, get set, and throw a quick video at you because you gotta know what's going on here in the state. Sports is geographically based. I mean, we like teams that are in our area. It's a certain amount of community pride that we live in Indiana, and when a team with Indiana across the front of their jersey does well, we want to celebrate. We live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and when a team that has the name Fort Wayne associated with it, like the TinCaps or the Komets, we want to celebrate when they do well. And last night, there were no losers. Everybody won. Komets, big Game 7 victory. TinCaps start the series against Dayton with a dominating come-from-behind win. And how about the Indiana Pacers? We've got it all covered for you this morning. And before we get any further, I do want to ask you, please subscribe. It's not a hassle, and I'm not trying to bombard you with a bunch of unsolicited emails because I don't even have your email address. I mean, the bottom line is you subscribe just as a courtesy to someone, and it also is a courtesy to you because you do get a chance to know when we've got new videos that we are posting, and we're trying to post 2-3 videos a week plus get the full show on the weekend. And when I say full show, try to have about an hour long sports rush Saturday or weekend edition. And we had our first one last week, kind of a test run because we're kind of learning the new equipment, new studio. But as we advance here, hopefully things will get even better. But last night was a great night for Indiana and Fort Wayne sports, and we've got to celebrate. That's what we have to do. We have to celebrate what happened last night with the Pacers falling behind big to Milwaukee early, and then how about the Pacers climbing their way back in? They using the crowd's energy. And by the way, my daughter was there last night. She said loudest, craziest environment, greatest game she's ever been to. I mean, that's what you're hearing from people that attended last night's Game 7 against, or Game 7, deciding game, Game 5 against the Milwaukee Bucks. Pacers didn't need 7. Komets needed 7, but the Pacers didn't need 7. They disposed of Milwaukee in 5 games. And last night, just an awesome environment at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And Tyrese Halliburton becomes the hero. Pacers get the ball after forcing a couple of late Milwaukee turnovers. 10.8 seconds left. Tyrese Halliburton never gives the ball up. Comes up into the front court, sets up the dribble and a quick crossover and heads down the lane, beats Giannis around the corner and takes it all the way to the bucket for the layup. Pacers win it by 1 over the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Pacers close out the series. And now the questions arise in Milwaukee. What happens with this Milwaukee Bucks team? How long do you continue to try to build around Giannis and continue to have first-round failures? That's 3 in a row that Milwaukee's been knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. But the Pacers move on. They've got Cleveland coming up next. But a big balanced night. Miles Turner again, solid night, 21 points, 9 rebounds. Got to give it to Miles. He's an important figure with this Pacers club. He's got to be able to have that kind of sustained success. And last night he had it. Tyrese Halliburton, of course, the hero. Pacers overcome a 7-point deficit in the last 35 seconds. Now, how do you do that? How do you overcome a 7-point deficit in 35 seconds? Well, you get a Nembhard 3. You get a Tyrese Halliburton 3-point play off a steal, and then you get a Tyrese Halliburton layup. I mean, it's almost Reggie Miller-like, or Reggie Miller-esque, having the big comeback in the final seconds, doing it at home, doing it in overtime, and doing it in an elimination game. Love it. Absolutely love what the Pacers did last night. Pacers, Cleveland. Man, this is going to be a good series. You know, Cleveland had no problem at all in the first round with the Miami Heat. I don't know if that was a statement for Cleveland or if that was a statement for the Miami Heat, but Cleveland dominated that series. And you almost wonder, did Miami quit? They definitely quit the final game. I mean, you don't get down by, what was it, 50, 60, if you haven't quit. But should be a fun series as the Pacers, again, will not have home court advantage, but they'll have home court advantage when they play at home because this crowd has been insane. All right, let's talk about the Komets and what they did. They had home ice advantage in Game 7, and it came down to a lot of that plain fact. 2 of 3 in Iowa. Iowa won. And 3 out of 4 in Fort Wayne. The Komets won. And so last night, Game 7, Komets get down 1-0 after the first period, but solid. Man, what great goaltending. You know, you got to love when somebody comes in and it's like most of the season wouldn't even known who Day was, and now all of a sudden he's the guy in the nets in a Game 7 to decide a series, and he delivers. I think he had 32 out of 33 saves. Great performance, and then just enough to keep your team and give them a chance. And eventually, in the second period, the Comets turned things around, took a 3-1 lead. They carried that into the third period. And Iowa, with 18 shots on goal, the Comets with a few penalties, so Iowa had the power plays, and they were up to the task. Congratulations to the Comets. 4-1 was the final after Anthony Petruzzelli buried an empty net goal late. Komets advance in the playoffs, and guess who is up next? Can't be more fun than the Komets and the Toledo Walleye. So you've got the Pacers and Cleveland, you've got the Komets and Toledo. It's Indiana versus Ohio in the playoffs in the next week and a half. But great win for the Komets, coming back from a 3-2 series deficit, having to win their last 2 at home, and all they do is outscore Iowa 10-2 over those 2 games. Great performance. And that's the type of playoff hockey you need. When you're holding teams to 1 goal, that's the type. It's got to start at the defensive end, and then you take your opportunities when you get them offensively. Also, last night, the TinCaps get a very impressive series opening win against the Dayton Dragons. Love this because you had the top of the order with Brendan Durfee and Leo DeVries combining to go 7 for 7. In fact, when you look at Durfee, he had 3 consecutive doubles. I mean, he was just barreling up baseballs like they were beach balls. He absolutely on fire. And of course, Leo DeVries, 1 week removed from having a hit for the cycle with 5 hits, 2 home runs a week ago at Lansing, and he almost got it again last night. He actually came up in the bottom of the 8th inning with a chance to hit a triple to hit for the cycle again. And of course, no one's ever done it twice in franchise history. I don't know how many people have done it twice in the same level of minor league baseball. And I certainly doubt there's too many that have done it twice in 1 week's time. Unfortunately, didn't get the triple in the bottom of the 8th inning. But he had a 3 for 3 night. Durfee 4 for 4. Butterworth with a couple of hits. I mean, the TinCaps just lit up the offense. 12 runs last night in a 12-6 victory. They were down 6-5 in the, what was it, 3rd inning, and then they broke it open with a big bottom of the 6th inning, and eventually rode that to a 12-6 victory. Game 2 in the series coming up tonight. And that's a 6:35 start still. School's still in session, so it's a 6:35 start. And then Thursday, Friday, 7:05 starts. Saturday, we'll be back at night as they played a couple of Saturday afternoon games, but back in the evening on Saturday and then Sunday afternoon to finish off the series. But Tyler Morgan was great out of the bullpen last night. Tyler Morgan came in, pitched 3 innings, faced 9 batters, and struck 5 of them out. And sometimes, the stats, they don't tell you the whole story. This was the case last night because Tyler Morgan was better than what he put on the stat sheet. And he was dang good on the stat sheet. Tyler Morgan retired all 9 batters, but it was the placement of his fastball, the mixing of the breaking pitch and where he put it, showing a little bit of changeup. The combination and sequences of pitches and location of those pitches, he was really, really good last night. And so the TinCaps move on to game 2 of the 6-game series. Again, tonight, 6:35 at Parkview Field. Plenty of tickets still available and hope to see you out there. All right, have a great, glorious Wednesday, hump day. Make the most of this day. And I hope to see you soon or talk to you soon. Always have been enjoying all of my conversations with so many of the listeners. It's been great to talk to you. And I look forward to talking to you again right here on the Sports Rush on YouTube. And make sure, again, before you go, you hit subscribe, click a like if you so desire, share the video if you can. Really, really appreciate it. Have a great Wednesday.